Right now downtown, we've got 61 degrees. Kogo News Time, 5:41.
If you head to the grocery store and you are armed with a grocery list, it might make it easier to follow a healthy diet. Joining us on the Kogo News Live line, oncologist Dr. Gerald Edelman, who is the author of Sugar Rehab. And Doc, researchers came up with some pretty interesting info about our shopping habits. Can you explain?
Yeah. Hey, good morning. So the older women tended to go to the store with a grocery list, and the study showed that because of that discipline they had, they ended up spending less money and buying healthier food. And so I thought that the key to that was that, some form of discipline was involved. Kind of limit what you buy, make sure it's healthy, and limit what you spend, right?
Well, very
true.
true.
The other cool thing in that article that they said was, don't go into the grocery store hungry. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced that.
Oh, yeah. I end up with every Funyun off the shelf, man. It's awful.
That's not a good thing to do. So I like that. I like the article. I like the fact that, it shows if you have a little bit of discipline, it helps a lot in a lot of different ways. I have a simpler rule that I talk about in my book, and that is, don't buy anything in the grocery store that has more than about 2 or 3 grams of sugar per serving. And let me just tell you real quick what that means. So there's 4 grams of sugar in a sugar cube. A Coca-Cola serving has 44 grams or 10 sugar cubes. And if you start looking at labels and don't look at anything else other than sugars per serving in the store, you'll find out that a lot of healthy-looking products that you're buying have the same amount of sugar as a Coke, or not much less. And I want to ask you guys, do you know why that's important? Why is it important to limit your sugar intake?
Why? Because it's fattening, I'm guessing?
Sugar's death.
Number 1 is it's fattening, and number 2 is it causes all the major diseases you can think of, including cancer in many cases. And so when you're getting sugar spikes throughout the day, you're basically becoming a diabetic, because that's what diabetes is all about, is having too high of a blood sugar. So all these hidden sugars in the foods we're eating have really converted a lot of Americans, a lot of us, into diabetics. And if you follow that rule that I'm teaching you, it'll make you not do that, and it leads to better health, decreases your risk for heart disease, and decreases your risk for cancer. So it's very important to train yourself to do that.
All right, give us the roadmap, the strategy. When you walk in the store, where do you go? Which part of the store? How quick are you? Is there a time? What do you think? Time? What do you think? Give us a strategy.
Yeah, I do agree with the article. The article said the perimeter of the store usually has good stuff. But when I walk in, I've trained myself to look at sugars per serving on anything that's wrapped and anything that's labeled, and I don't look at anything else. If it's got 2 grams of sugar or less, I'm okay with it. That includes the breads, by the way. A lot of people don't eat bread because they've been told they shouldn't eat carbs. But if you buy a bread that actually has 2 grams of sugar or less per serving, you can integrate that in your diet, and it's not going to get you fat. But realize also, and just do this. You guys do this, today. Go to the store and look at all the different breads. Look at the sugars per serving, and look how much variation there is.
Oh, I bet there's a lot.
Yeah, there is, and it's particularly the healthy-looking stuff, like the granola bars, the protein shakes, the breads that look like they come right out of organic earth. Those tend to have a lot of sugar in them. So you have to be really careful with the marketing and the packaging.
All right. That's Dr. Gerald Edelman, who is an oncologist. He is the author of Sugar Rehab.